Good afternoon, everyone. This is our first webinar on the Tableau CRM series, and I'm delighted to have every one of you here today. We've been doing Tableau development for more than 8-9 years now, so we do have expertise in Tableau prior to Salesforce, so we do have a deep understanding of the Tableau ecosystem. Since March, we have focused on the pandemic, and we focused on the shift management, contact tracing, and health screening. And we have had many webinars on these topics. So if you're interested in looking at some of our offerings, the webinars are out there for you. And also we'll reach out to you through an email. Now, also what we have done is we have looked at taking that existing Salesforce components and expanding it by adding Einstein AI to detect distance between different individuals for social distancing and also mask detection. So we have worked on some components where we had webinars where we focused on counting different customers as they walk into a store, also detecting masks. So we used the existing components from Einstein AI to do that. Also, to look at crowd and to look at social distancing, we have a component where you can feed in your IP camera feed, and this information can be fed into Einstein AI and then into the Salesforce ecosystem. As you can see, you can have graphs and charts related to that. So, okay, saying that, we're going to go ahead and move right on to our presentation. So this is the current analytics architecture based on Salesforce's ecosystem. So you can see there's Einstein Analytics on one side and there's Tableau on the other side. So they're two different products. And now I think the Tableau CRM is going to be a combination of combining these two great products. So you can see the Einstein Analytics is native Salesforce, AI ML, Analytics Studio, Data Prep, EA, Data Store, and Connectivity. Now, the Einstein AI is a different component. It's a totally different module that does not fall under Einstein Analytics. But Einstein Analytics uses Einstein AI. They still have left Einstein AI independent of Einstein Analytics and Tableau. So let's look at the right side. This is where the Tableau has two components. One's a standalone and an embedded. Think of the standalone as more of a desktop application and embedded more of a web, like a YouTube video where you would upload and embed in different locations. And then there are different components in Tableau. There's a visual analytics and data exploration component. There is a data preparation and management component. And of course, there's this hybrid query hyper engine. This is the power of Tableau, where it has a built-in in-memory data structure that's very, very efficient and powerful. You can query 200, 300 millions of rows in fractions of seconds, much faster than a traditional database. And that's the power of Tableau, is speed of processing huge volumes of data. Okay, now let's take a look at what's proposed using Tableau CRM. So looking at Tableau CRM, this is one of their webinars, and this is one of the screens they presented. And it seems what they're trying to do is still keep Einstein Analytics and Tableau kind of, they just kind of stretched it out. You can see the native Salesforce still exists, standalone and embed still is there. And they kind of blended the different components. I think the two areas they blended was the AI and ML, because both of Einstein Analytics and Tableau would be using the Einstein AI. And then the other one they kind of created a connector for is the EA data store and the hybrid hyperquery. And I think that's a perfect combination, because Hyper is a very powerful in-memory system that can tremendously improve the speed of Salesforce reports. So that's pretty much it. So nothing really changed from kind of a tool perspective, just changes the underlying architecture with the Tableau CRM and bringing two product lines under one brand or one name. Okay, so as we know more on the week number 5, by that time there would be a product out there. There would be much more clarity around Tableau CRM. So for now, just kind of think about Tableau and Einstein Analytics as two different components under one umbrella called Tableau CRM. And eventually we'll figure out how everything pans out. Okay, saying that, what I would like to do now is go ahead and walk you through opening up the Tableau product and connecting to Salesforce and pulling in the opportunities and accounts objects and showing you how we can quickly create a visualization in Tableau. And once we're done with that visualization in Tableau, we're going to publish it to a Tableau server. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and load that visualization into the Salesforce dashboard. And that the whole workflow, I'm going to walk you through the whole workflow. And then along the way, we're going to look at Visualforce pages, and also we're going to look at how we can pass parameters between the Tableau and Salesforce, how to exchange information between the two products. That's a very straightforward process, but there's a little trick to it. So I just want to walk you through it. Now, once we're done with that, then I would like to go through the 5 templates, world-class templates that Salesforce has provided. There's a sales summary, there's an opportunity report, there is a dashboard for tracking, and there's also a nice dashboard for pipeline management. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the Tableau product. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect using the Salesforce Connector response. Thank you. Okay. So when you pull the opportunities out, so here's the thing. Go ahead and click on that down arrow and then open that for me, please. This is your entity relationship that's already pre-built for that opportunity. So you didn't have to go ahead and pull the accounts object separately and the created by object separately. So it creates that entity for you. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and get creative and add this to contacts, or if you wanted to go ahead and do different blending, we can do that, but we have to be careful about the schema and the relationships between the schema. Could you go into the Salesforce and pull up the schema builder, please? Now, this is inside your Salesforce org. And this is the schema builder. And as you can see, this relationship that is established here, that ER relationship is what's being established here in Tableau. And it's already pre-done for you when you use the Tableau Salesforce Connector. It automatically does this for you. But if you wanted to go ahead and modify this, make any changes, you can do that. And you can go ahead and pull your own tables in and connect. So if you have some custom objects, you can pull that in as well. So that's it in a nutshell. All you're doing is you're connecting to your Salesforce objects, and the standard connection is a place where it gives you some standard pre-made package that you can just pull, and it'll give it to you. Think of it like a view. Think of the standard connection like a view that connects different objects for you and makes it easy for you to pull your data. Okay, saying that, that is the connector part of the ecosystem. The next component, what we want to show you is the how do you take, okay, let's go ahead and connect. Go ahead and connect to this and just run a small report just to show how easy it is to run a report. Okay, we're just going to pull opportunities for now, and let's go ahead and run that report, please. As soon as you go ahead and click the run, it goes into the Salesforce, pulls the data and comes back in. And let's go into the sheet, please.
It's fetching. Right.
Yeah, got it. This could take some time if your organization has millions of records. It's going to take time, and you can schedule this pull so you don't have to wait on the screen like this. So you can schedule a pull. It takes the data from Salesforce and creates a hyper extract. That's what they call it. That hyper engine creates its own compressed, more organized extract. And then Tableau reads that hyper extract. So even though it looks like it's a real-time connection to your Salesforce, it's actually a pass-through through hyper. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a fresh one. So let's go ahead and do a new sheet, please. Pull a new sheet. Create a new sheet. Okay, so once you've connected, you have all your objects on the left side, and the canvas on the right side is how you can visualize these. So let's go ahead and pull in an account name, please. Just account name. There you go. And here's all the account. And you can move the account name to columns and rows. Double click on that. And there you go. You have a pre-made chart within a few clicks. That's the power of Tableau. And let's go and click on the show on the top right. And that's a wizard on the top right, please. And you can change your visualization to different types. And you can add legends. You can create a heat map. Very quickly, you're able to create all these visualizations. So that is the power of Tableau, is the ease of use. And one of the benefits of this type of visualization is you're looking at different layers of information. For instance, the color could be one layer. The size could be another layer. So you can add multiple layers to color, but you can, instead of account name, you could have a territory, a region. You can organize this however you for your business needs. So now that we have looked at how to quickly create a visualization in Tableau, we're going to go ahead and look at their sample that they have provided us. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the opportunity overview, please. Again, this is another visualization we put together by just connecting to the different data sources, and we're going to embed this visualization into the Salesforce. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the 5 pre-made templates from Salesforce. So these are the templates that they provided off the shelf. So if you already have a Salesforce instance, and if you have a Tableau license, you can pull in this template and you can connect to your Salesforce instance, and you should be able to pull that data right away without any type of formatting or custom objects or coding. You can directly pull your data in. Let's go to do a full screen on this, please. So when you look at the screen, you can see the visualization here is, you can see each of these components is filterable. So for instance, let's say in this opportunity, the expected amount is 11,000, and then the sales is 695,000. If we want to go ahead and filter out and hone into a specific area like biotechnology, let's go down to the bottom right and just click on that biotechnology. Everything filters out to biotechnology. So you kind of have a view just filtered out by clicking on that object. Go ahead and click on it again to untoggle that selection, please. Now, let's say if you wanted to look at a specific salesperson, you can look at the left side. You have the different filters, the manager, salesperson, billing, country. So let's go ahead and choose Rachel for now, please. Or Sean is good. Okay. So you can see how the whole dashboard changes to that dynamic. And if you wanted to go into the map and zoom in, you can do that. So let's go ahead and zoom in to North America, please. Use the mouse wheel to go up, and then it'll zoom. It'll zoom if you use the mouse wheel to go up into that section. And if you click on any one of those, that's fine. If you click on any one of those bubbles, or if you mouse over it, you can see this detail. And this is useful because you don't even have to really drill. You can just mouse over and quickly see the different opportunities for that section. So it gives you that real tooltip with a graph on top of it. That's a new feature that was added into Tableau. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the account tracking. Let's look at account tracking, please. This is one dashboard, and you can always modify this dashboard, change it around to fit your organization, have a different logo, change the titles. All that customization can be done inside of Tableau and saved as a different version. Okay, so as you can see, account tracking is a little bit more detailed, and you can see a very detailed graph in the center there, and then you can see the opportunities with a bubble graph. Go ahead and move your mouse on top of one of those active bubbles on opportunities, please. See, you get a clear breakdown of the opportunities. And now click on that, please. And then go ahead and click out of it again. Just click out of it. Click again, there you go. Now you can see the losses and wins and a very clear performance dashboard. You can have it for all your sales reps, and then you can filter it down to individual sales reps by departments. All that information can be brought together, and then you can click around in different sections for filtering as well. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the developer mode, please. Okay, now on the bottom tab of the dashboard, right-click on it, please. On the bottom tab of the dashboard, right-click on the tab and say unhide all sheets. Right-click on the tab and say unhide all sheets. And then go ahead and show me all the sheets. If you go to the bottom right, there's a thumbnail. Show you all the sheets that are put together so you can see all the different dashboards that are put together. Actually, go into the thumbnail. Can you go all the way to the right? Do you see a thumbnail one in the menu bar at the bottom, all the way to the right? All right. So you get an idea of all the different components that's put together to make this dashboard. The account tracking was one module. The sizing, the opportunities, so all these different components are assembled together as a Tableau dashboard, and that's how it works. So the title is different. So when you want to customize this, add your own logo, and change any of these components, you can just do it by clicking on one of these and changing it. So let's go to, for example, opportunities. Go ahead and double click on that, please. Go to the opportunities sheet. So let's say you wanted to change a filter, you wanted to remove some products, or you wanted to make some visual changes, change the color. You can do that all in here using the Tableau product. Select from the list, there you go, and change, filter things out here. Okay, so what I would like to do is kind of ask any questions to the audience. Do you have any questions on the Tableau side on how to do certain things, or do you have any questions on the Tableau side? You can chat with us. Purnima is online. She's going to be she's our campaign manager. She's going to manage the chat moderation, and also she'll follow up with an email after this webinar if you have any questions. And we will also provide a high quality recording of this webinar, so you'd have it's going to be much more clear than the live presentation. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, then Kashi, could you now take a visualization that's done in Tableau and show us how it's being embedded inside of Salesforce, please? Thank you. So we will provide you the link for all the free 5 templates that Salesforce and Tableau have provided. So you can download those Tableau reports and connect to your Salesforce instance and look and see how it works. What we did in our instance is we used the Tableau public, and you can publish this on your own Tableau online instance, or if you have an on-prem Tableau server, you can publish it on your on-prem Tableau server. So once you have published it to your server, go ahead. Can you show them how the embed? So once you publish into a Tableau server, go ahead. He's going to show you how to take the URL. This is just like embedding a YouTube video. So you would go in there and you would look at an embed code, and this is what he's going to show you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here is where we publish our Tableau public dashboard. Here we get an embedded URL for this particular dashboard. Just we have to copy this, and after once we copied, we created a Visualforce page to embed this component. There is a pre-built template for to embed Tableau public dashboards. Just replace your URL with existing URL. Once you created the Visualforce page, click on save, and you have to edit your account detail page. Here I have a pre-built. Yeah, now we just drag and drop our Visualforce page component.
So essentially, what he did is he snagged the embed code from the Tableau server where it was published, and then he comes into Salesforce. And can you go back to the previous screen for a second, Kaushik, please?
Yeah, Alex.
So in this screen, this is the Visualforce pages, right? This is the screen where you would put that embed code right in there. And one of the things you have to notice in here is, please, can you scroll to the right? A little more, okay. And you can see here the account. That is where you pass in your account ID. Now, this is how you're passing information from Salesforce to Tableau to filter your dashboard. This is kind of the pass-through. So you would have a single sign-on for authentication, and then if you wanted to do any type of authorization, what to see, this is that location where you would do that authorization. And you can add more features to it using the Visualforce markup language. So this is that connector between the two. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. The only new component was that Visualforce widget that you had to pull in, and you had to put that embed code. And as soon as you're done with that, you've embedded it into your Salesforce ecosystem. And it can be interactive, so you can click on something in the Salesforce dashboard, and then you can have it. The content can dynamically change in other locations, so that it's possible. Now at this time, we have not hooked up the hyperlinks to do that, but it is possible. So you can drill from a Tableau dashboard and update the other information here. Not update, but kind of filter the different information from this accounts page. Okay, so let's go back into Tableau one more time, please. Kaushik, go back into Tableau. And let's open up the opportunity pipeline dashboard, please. So now that you've seen how we're able to go end to end and connect, now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the open pipeline. Let's take a look at the open pipeline. This is a very interesting dashboard. At a glance, look how many screens you have to go to get this. At a glance, you can get all this information in one dashboard. Now, a dashboard is a combination of multiple reports. In Tableau world, they call the reports sheets. So you have different sheets, and the dashboard is called a dashboard. It's a pipeline. I think it's currently opening. Kaushik, I'm not able to see the open opportunities Tableau dashboard.
Oh, sorry. I think you can see now.
Let's check. Okay, perfect. So in this dashboard, You can see you have trend over time, and then you have the different stages: prospecting, qualification, needs analysis. One of the benefits of prospecting is you can click on, and here's a really interesting feature. So let's say you're looking at the prospecting breakdown by day. When you click the prospecting, it filters out and gives you just the prospecting. So now you can see the outlier. Let's say you wanted to see what is that big line. Can you go ahead and click on that big line, please, on the breakdown by stage? Go ahead and click on that, please. Click on it. Okay. Now click on it one more time, so it filters only the. So now you can quickly see just that. Everything else filters out just to that one point of data. And that is very powerful because you can look at outliers, you can set up alerting systems, and you can also quickly look at what's happening. What are my outliers in the prospecting stage? Okay, let's go ahead and unfilter the prospecting. Let's look at everything. Just go ahead and click on the prospecting one more time, and it'll undo the filter. And again, the mouse over is a very powerful feature that you can use. And this is mobile ready, so everything tiles down to a mobile device, so you can easily scroll through and look at it on a mobile device. Another feature, you can print this out as PDF, or you can screenshot this and it's print ready. So it's very high quality visuals when you take it as PDF. So you can use it on your annual reports and other print documents. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the service now. Let's go ahead and take a look at one dashboard from service. Can you open up the service overview dashboard, please? So now all we have seen so far was the Sales Cloud. Now we're going to go ahead and look at something they released recently, which is the service overview. And this was released a week ago. This is from the Service Cloud. So now we're connecting to the Service Cloud and prospecting from the Service Cloud. And you can see here the average customer satisfaction, number of cases, average time, SLA, all at a glance. And you can see your accounts, you can see the timeline and the priorities. It's a very clean dashboard. You can take this up, connect to your Salesforce, hook it up to a big TV, and put it in your customer care, customer support center. And that's what we did in one client. We had this just loaded up on a small computer, a smart TV, and just loaded up that URL, and it was just there constantly refreshing. Also, one of the interesting things here is go ahead and click on the click to set targets on the right. So you can see here, we can set targets in real time, and that line would change. And go ahead and change that to about 50, please. Thank you. And you can see how quickly the target, we're above target. So you can adjust it in real time and manage this process. So this is it's a kind of a performance operational dashboard. Let's go ahead and look at the next service dashboard, please. Again, all these features are right out of the box from the Tableau Salesforce Connector starter kit. Now let's take a look at case tracking, please. Go ahead. Okay, this is in the case tracking, and again, you can see the number of new cases, working cases, waiting on customer cases, closed. Very, very effective dashboard. And in the bottom, you can actually click and it'll take you to that record in Salesforce. And that is one of the things where you can pass through and it'll go directly into Salesforce. Okay, so you can see trend over time, number of open cases, kind of provides a nice holistic performance dashboard for your organization. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the connector for this. Okay, so let's say, how did we connect this? Can you go into the data source, please? Okay. Now you can see this is that login information that you need to use to log into your Service Cloud. And you don't have to log in now. I just wanted to show you the screen where you would log in and you would pull in the Service Cloud objects. Next week, we're going to look at an IoT device and a web data connector and connect to that web data connector and talk about the architecture of that web data connector. Thank you very much. And that concludes our webinar for today. And looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.